Hello everyone, this is GL from GL Tech School. In this video I'm going to talk about while loop in Python. While loop is same as for loop. The concept is same. For example, if you want to run a certain program over and over again, you can use while loop. For example, if you want to run a certain code 100 times, you can use while loop instead of for loop. But the thing is, what is the difference between while loop and for loop? While loop has a different syntax. At the same time, while loop has a different certain behavior. So I'm going to explain right now. So I'm creating a simple variable and I'm saying while I is less than 100. So you need to print I over here and I equal to I plus 1. So if I execute this program, it is going to print 0 to 99, which means 100. This block of code 100 times. Okay, and I want to explain the concept behind it, and you have to pay attention. So it is a little bit easy to understand. Don't worry about this. Okay, I have a simple variable. If it is a for loop, it is going to be different. So we type for x in range and blah blah blah, and we can initialize a starting point and ending point, and we can write directly into for loop. But it is a while loop, has a different syntax like as a buffer. Okay, and I create a simple variable I stores 0, and while loop is here, the syntax which while, and I is less than 100. So here is the tricky point. Listen carefully. Okay, it is a condition. We learned it in Boolean. We learned it in the comparison operator section. Okay, the while loop runs if the condition is true. Listen carefully. If this given condition is true, the while loop will be executed. Otherwise, it won't execute it. I'm going to explain it very carefully. Listen carefully. Okay, and I is less than 100. Run this block of code. That is the meaning of this code. I'm again telling, is less than 100. Run this block of code. The I is 0. Okay, here is 0. When the program runs at first occurrence, the first time when the program runs, the 0 is going to be here. So 0 is less than 100. Is it true or false? 0 is less than 100 is true. Yes, 0 is less than 100. 100 is a bigger number, 0 is a less number. So this condition is become true. So this block of code will be executed. Then it prints I to the screen. Then after that, what happens? It increase I by 1. Nothing but it add. For example, 0 is going to be 1, 1 is going to be 2, 3, so like that. It add every time when the loop runs, is going to add extra 1 to I. So this line of code is nothing but adding one value to I. So when the first time run is going to be 0, and it checks if 0 is less than 100, yes, it's print, then it's going to increase it. So I is going to be 1, and here's going to be 1. It checks 1 is less than 100. Yes, 1 is a less number, 100 is a bigger number. If 1 is less than 100, things like this. Okay, yes, if 1 is less than 100, do that, and so on and so forth. It do like this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 100. When it's come to 100, now it checks while 100 is less than 100. Okay, now the condition become false. Now it won't work because 100 is not less than 100. 100 is equal to 100. So if you put equal sign here, it will work. Otherwise, it won't work. So if I execute this program, it will never work. Okay, so if I execute this program, it will never work. I is going to be 1, so I'm going to say 100 is going to be 100. Now if I execute this program, it won't work. Okay, I can say it won't work. Like that, the while loop works like this. The while loop work in this manner. So I think you have understood the concept behind it. It checks the condition is here, it checks the condition here. If the condition is true, it will execute, otherwise it won't work. okay. And you could do anything you want, like for example in for loop we did many things like this. If I is equal to 50, break the loops. You could also do it. So the I is going to be 1 over here, so I'm going to execute the program, and you can see if it meets it, it's going to break the loop. And the next thing I want to tell you is the else. Okay, the for loop has a else section. After the for loop complete, the code inside this else statement is going to be executed. But in while loop we also have that functionality. So I'm going to say finished. I'm just saying finished because I didn't write bunch of code. I'm just explaining the programming concept because you need to understand it. So when you write your own program, you will know how to write it. Okay, once this finish is going to say finish. Okay, once it's finished, it's gonna be say finished. The next things I want to teach you in while loop is this. Okay, we put like I said before, while loop works like this. If the condition is true, it will execute. If the condition is false, it won't execute. We have to put our condition here. So I'm gonna say true over here. Okay, this is called infinitive loop. It will never stop. It will run forever. So I'm gonna say print running or something like that. So if I execute this program, it will running forever. The reason I just put true, this true won't become false. Okay, this true won't become false. I didn't set any number here. If I set number, if I is less than 1000, it may come to the conclusion, but it didn't come to conclusion because I directly put true. If you want to run any program forever, for example, if in your code, if you want to execute a certain type of program or certain type of function forever, you can use this function. Okay, you can make it as false programmatically if you have advanced programming skills, such as for example, and it is going to, I'm gonna write a simple program to explain it. Okay, and name something like that. So basically you are getting a name from the user, enter something. Okay, enter something. So instead of name, I'm gonna say it as sum. So if sum is equal to dog, you typed dog. You have to tell you typed dog. Okay, so now if I execute this program, I'm going to first stop it. If you want to stop a program which executes forever, press Ctrl plus C in command prompt. It will automatically stop. Ctrl plus C. Okay, now I'm gonna write in another if else condition. If sum is going to be stop, whenever type stop, you need to break the loop. Okay, you just type break the loop. Okay, now if I execute the program, I'm gonna type dog. It's gonna say you type dog. I'm gonna say stop. The program stopped. Okay, I think it may be confusing you, so therefore I'm explaining again. So listen carefully. This while loop, forget about this one. Okay, forget about this one. This while loop runs forever. Okay, this while loop runs forever. So what we have done over here, we just get an input. Every time this program running, we are asking an input from the user. If the input is equal to dog, you just say you type to dog, like that. I'm just explaining the concept. You can extend it, you can add your own imagination things, and you can develop your application. That depends on you. Then I type if sum is gonna be stop, that means break the system. So you can put another if condition like that. If is gonna be sum. Okay, sum is gonna be cat. It just do something, print cat. I'm just printing things, but you could do a lot of things. And you can see the program will keep asking. When it's run, it's stop over here, because after basically the input method will stop. pause, not stop, pause the program. So after you enter that value, the program is going to execute the rest of the code, and it's come again and it's asked me to enter something. So I'm gonna say cat, so it says cat, so it come again and ask me to enter something. This time I'm gonna type stop. So when I tap stop, what did I say? Just break it. I hope you have understood this concept. If you don't understood this concept, refer it, try to understand it. So if you are a beginner in computer program, you will face lot of problems. I know that because I was a beginner. So you have to, at the beginning of the programming, whenever you trying to learn computer programming, at the beginning level, you will face lot of confusion, lot of problems. That's your responsibility is to make everything clear. So you read this code. If you don't understand what I taught it in this video, watch it again and search on Google and try to find out it. The best way to learn program is to type yourself. Just type it and change it. Do not do the things that I do. For example, just write these things and run it. When you get the correct, when if the program works perfectly, skip it and go to watch another video. Don't do that. Just try to understand why this variable is and what did I trying to tell you. You have to understand the logic behind the programming. If you don't understand the logic behind the programming, you cannot program a bigger things. In future, you're going to be writing many programs, such as real world programs, such as AI program, ML program. So you have to have that skill in order to have that. So what I'm trying to tell you at this point is, try to learn yourself. That's the best advice that I can tell you. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.